If I could tell you what it really feels like, do you think that it would change a thing? Do you think that it would change a thing?
Hey there guys, and welcome to episode 7 of the Smashing Crossbar Podcast. I'm your host Josh, and with me again I'm joined by Ben from Corner Flag Games. How are you, mate?
I'm good, mate. This feels a little bit weird. For once, we're doing this at your house together and not at mine.
Yeah, I've upgraded the studio. I've paid the wife and the child to fuck off for the night, and well, for the
You
week.
paid for a night and you got a weekend, mate. That's winning.
Absolutely. So yes, we are doing it from my joint, peace and quiet. So it will be a little bit clearer, I hope, from previous episodes. Another win, mate. Happy days. 2 on the trot. You got to be a bit happy with that.
Oh, you'll take it.
You'll take it. Absolutely. Playing better than Perth.
Until tonight.
Or
well, when they hear this last night.
Oh yeah, exactly right. Until we've just watched them wipe the floor with City, which is
Always good to see.
pretty good result. Yeah, you take that. Fornaroli coming back to City to stick it to them, so you got to be happy.
Tried not to celebrate, but it didn't work.
He tried. He was about to, and then you can't. Calm down.
Hey, you got a standing ovation by the City fans after he was substituted near the end of the game anyway. So fucking,
Yeah.
you'd take that.
Absolutely. On this week's episode, we will be talking, obviously, the victory against Western Sydney Wanderers. We will
Victory against Western Sydney Wanderers.
be discussing the victory
Yeah.
against Western Sydney Wanderers.
Will we?
Yes. The 2-0 victory over Western Sydney Wanderers.
Oh, I thought you meant the victory.
No, mate, there's no vucks here, right? You can vuck off if you're not happy with it. Buddy, we'll talk about the 2-0 victory over Western Sydney Wanderers.
Thank you.
Without any interruptions from you, thank you. And then we'll obviously talk a little bit about the game this weekend in Adelaide on Sunday afternoon, and we'll talk a little bit, obviously, in not in too much depth about, obviously, just giving you guys info on the other games, the women's and the youth as well this week. So let's dissect into it, mate. Obviously, as we said, 2-0 victory to us.
Yep.
Pretty, look, two late goals. Angus Thurgate, Dimi Petratos, late in the second half.
A shit goal came in the first, to be fair.
A lot should have come in the first, but it was pretty much unchanged as always. Obviously, Glenn Moss, Miller, Jackson, Topper, Kachumis in the back line. Obviously, with bloody gone blank.
You've gone blank.
What's his name in the friggin' back line?
Boogs on the bench.
Boog's on the bench again. Far out. See, that's how non-important I care about him at the moment, because we haven't lost a game since hasn't played. So,
Long mate, continue.
absolutely. But yeah, so obviously he sat on the bench again, didn't get any minutes. Apparently now, so has been circling that he has got a bit of an injury.
Yeah.
Didn't know that was the case the week beforehand.
No, I think it's
So
been...
I don't know whether it's picked
Since
up.
he's been out, I'm pretty sure it's just... He's at that age now where he just takes a little bit longer to recover from said injuries and little niggles and things like that. They sort of just carry through a little bit longer. Yeah. And even though he's been put on the bench, because we've been light on, because I think it was the week before we only ran out with 5 subs instead of the 7 that we were allocated because we were low on numbers or something.
Yeah.
So I think it's more, you're there in dire straits just in case a Topper or a Jackson gets injured.
Yep.
And we need somebody to replace you with. Obviously, I don't understand why he wouldn't go with Pat Langlois in that case anyway. Yeah, okay, he's probably not at the level of your Boogs or your Jacksons or your Topper Stanleys, but, comes in and can do a job. Give the young lad a shout.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously we had Ugarkovic and Kanner in the middle. Solid as always. It was good to see, actually. I was quite impressed, obviously, Ernie sticking, with the back 6.
Yep.
Nothing was changed throughout the match. Obviously, the 3 subs come from Fitzgerald, Hoffey, and Araya.
Yep.
Obviously, those 3 started, and obviously Dimmy as well. in the middle. So, it was good to see, obviously, the back line putting in for 90 minutes and obviously getting the result.
Yep.
As well, obviously, we've seen in past, obviously, Johnny Kay, coming off on the odd occasion and so forth.
Or Redenton, if he's playing in defensive midfield, generally gets the kick.
Yeah, that was the other interesting one, wasn't it? Redenton not coming back into the squad.
Well, again, do you break up a winning squad?
Well, absolutely. They put a Rio up front, so.
Well, yeah, but we have news that won't be happening.
Absolutely, which we'll get into when we talk a bit more about Adelaide. But
again, I did. Now I will mention I did start to make notes halfway through the first half. I'm just like, you know what? If I'm watching this, I really should be making notes for the podcast. And I was going to make like vague, talking points. It ended up being nearly a 2-page document.
Well, before we get in the 2-page document, we will obviously go a little bit through the stats. We're not going to go too much into it. They smashed us with the shot count, 22-14. Shots on target, we beat them in that 10-4. Possession, they beat us there, 52-48, but pretty accurate. You know what I mean? Could have gone either way there in the possession.
Yep.
To be fair, it was pretty evenly spread throughout the match. They pipped us on passes, 414, 396. Pass accuracy, they pipped us by 1 there, 73-74. Fouls were even. Yellow cards, 2 to them, none to us. Obviously no reds, and 3 offsides and 1 to them. And the corner count, they smashed us in that too, 9-2. So, look, it was pretty. It's pretty even. It was a pretty even match. It could have gone either way.
I would describe it again a bit like the game previous that we had. It was a game of 2 very different and contrasting halves. We had everything in the first half, and the Wanderers were struggling. Although the Wanderers, I reckon, did have the first about 10 minutes on us.
Yep.
But once we kicked into gear, that was it. It was all us for the rest of the first half. But the second half, we sort of just went, here you go, Western Sydney. Have pot shots. Do everything you want. Yeah. Absolutely try and run through it. See what you can do. And that shouldn't be happening as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Look, the first half, to be fair, obviously there wasn't much happening. We got a few pot shots off there. I know Fitzy had a crack, and
Hoffy lost half a tooth.
Hoffy lost half a tooth in the first 2 minutes.
I hope you're footing the bill for that, Georgievski.
Yeah, you'd bloody hope so. Surely he's on. Well, no, Hoffy do it himself now for his new 2-year contract. He's just signed as of not even 24 hours ago. So yeah. As Ben moves his mobile away, because he's very hot tonight, ain't you, mate? Friggin' everyone wants a piece of you.
It's because I'm not long finished work, mate.
That's probably the wife wanting you then, mate.
Nah, she knows me.
But yeah, so obviously the first half was pretty even flow. Obviously they had a bit of possession, a bit of ball. Obviously early on, we then came into the game. Obviously, I dare say probably 25 minutes in, give or take.
Yeah.
We really started to lay on the possession and get forward. Before we get into the second half, obviously it finished up 0-0. Your thoughts on the lineup itself? Like obviously Arroyo. Everyone knows when a striker's not scoring and he's not getting a lot of opportunity, people start to,
question his ability.
And figuring, have we made another mistake? Is it just another flop? Bloody da. Your thoughts 8 weeks in?
I don't think he's a flop.
Yep.
I think, to be fair, he's probably one of the more consistent internationals that we've had. He's getting consistent game time. I mean, the international break where he did ship off to play that game against Mexico.
Yep.
You want that. Obviously, he's doing what he needs to do for club to get that call up for country, regardless of whether they're struggling for form or not.
Yep.
Again, I don't put it down to his performance that is lacking. I put it down to the service that he is getting, or lack of service that he's getting, is being his hindrance. And unlike most strikers who would stand there at the point with their arms out going, hey, come on, hit me with the ball, he is proactive about it. He will drop deep to receive it and help in the build-up play.
Yeah.
Okay, detriment to an out-and-out striker.
Yep.
Because he can't be in 2 places at once, and he can't put through a ball for himself. But he's coming deep to help get those manoeuvres through, which shows that he has faith in the 3 attacking midfielders that he has behind him
Yep.
to be able to get that, if I can't score it, but I need to come back and help,
Yep.
I've got complete faith in these 3 lads that if I can't score it, they're going to get it and score it.
Yeah. Do you think that somewhat comes down to formation? I feel they.
It does. I did notice again that we've gone, although we do start with our traditional. From what you've got up on screen, it says that we started in a 4-2-3-1. Fox Sports on the coverage labelled it as a 4-3-3.
Yep.
So take from that what you will. I think it was very much more of a 4-3-3 this week than the 4-2-3-1.
Yep.
But again, when breaking forward and trying to get numbers forward and launching into attacking situations, we were reverting back to what I initially suspected the game prior, going into a 4-2-4.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think when we do move into that 4-2-4, I think obviously the strikers then get a lot more possession on the ball and a lot more, obviously heaps more touches.
Yeah. And that also gives Stevie the option as well to come forward when he needs to. And he generally, when moving to that formation, he has that space to be able to go forward as well. Again, it says that on what you've got up that Western Sydney lined up in a 4-2-3-1 as well. They don't.
Yeah, no.
They line up with 3 at the back and 5 across the midfield. We all know that. Georgievski pushes on high as more of a right midfielder now than the traditional right back that he was playing at us.
Yep.
To try and spark that. But again, we did find that there was space down those wings to be able to, our 4-2-4 against their, 3-man backline.
Yep.
We're always going to have that one extra. And with Stevie UG was getting quite forward as well, just to sit at the top of the box or a little bit behind it to clean up scraps as well. Even down to Johnny Kay, when it got into the later part of the second half, he was pegging shots from outside the box. He went, you know what, screw it, I'll have a crack.
Yeah. Well, I think as you were saying about the wings and so forth, I think Fitzy's going to be one to watch in the latter part of the season.
Yeah.
I really think he's starting to really open his stride and come into his the play that Ernie bought him for.
Yeah.
And bought him to be. He looked good in the second half. Obviously, he was moving well. He was up and down the wing. He was getting balls in. They weren't fantastic, but again, that's where I think they will eventually turn into obviously good chances as we progress through the season.
Yeah, and I think I mentioned to you when we were watching the game as well that Fitzy just looks like a winger. He's a little bit down on confidence. He didn't get a great crack last season with Western Sydney and was sort of thrown away. Yep. Thrown away a little bit before that as well from Melbourne City as well. Didn't really cut it. They tried to convert him into more of a left wing back than an attacking player that everybody knows that he was when he was playing for the Jibs.
Yep.
But yeah, he just looks a bit like a bloke who's a bit down on confidence. Like, not the confidence to be able to take on a player and beat him. He's got that part hands down. Once he gets a ball in the back of the net, he's going to start. That's when we'll see him shine. He will come through in the games preceding that, going, well, I've done it. I've proved to myself that I can do it. Let's do it on a weekly basis now.
Yeah. Obviously, as the second half progressed on, Western Sydney obviously had two shouts at a penalty.
Yeah.
The first one,
the controversial one.
Yeah. Look, it's very weird. Obviously, and everyone's got their own opinion on penalties. And by all means, if you've got your opinion on it, throw it in the chat and so forth. We'd love to hear your opinion on it. Me personally, I think the second one was more of a penalty than the first one.
Yeah, agreed.
Even though they didn't really go up about the second one. He definitely clearly stood on his foot in the box, and as far as I'm concerned, you stand on someone's foot, on the opposition's foot in the box, and they go down. That's a penalty.
Yeah.
All day you've made contact without the ball.
The only real thing I'll say on the controversial one is I'd like to see it from that reverse angle, from the touchline, coming like with them running towards me. I'd like to, because that's an angle we didn't get to see. I want to see it from that angle with the ball coming towards me just so I can see what's happening. You can't really tell from the back angle because you don't know whether he does get a nick on the ball or he doesn't get a nick on the ball. That shot is useless for trying to, diagnose whether he's made contact with the ball or not. You can see that he's definitely made contact with the player.
Yeah.
Whether, again, it was enough for him to go down, for Yeboah to go down, I don't know. My opinion, I thought it was, irregardless of whether he touched the ball or not, Yeboah going down from that tackle I thought was soft.
Yep.
But in saying that, I've seen penalties in the A League being given for less.
Yeah.
And that's all I'll say on it.
Yeah, no, fair enough. 63rd minute, and then again in the 68th minute, we made substitutions.
Yep.
They were the two main ones before, obviously, we scored the 2 goals.
Mm-hmm.
Thurgate coming on for Arroyo, which I think was a good decision at the time. I think Arroyo was spent. I think he'd had enough.
Not only was he spent, but he was just starting to get too deep.
Yeah. And then obviously the second one, obviously Redenton on for Hoffy, which again, probably a good thing.
Throwing Redenton out wide where he can do less damage. That's how I foresaw that. Or a lack of quality on our bench that can play in that sort of position.
Yeah. So it was roughly just over 10 minutes from when Thurgate jumped onto the pitch to when he scored his goal. Your thoughts, mate? Cracking goal.
Oh, fantastic.
Great play. He loves scoring against Western Sydney. He's scored against them on the last outing. He's looking good. He's looking really good.
Ernie said it on the coverage. He just said, young Gussie Thurgate now gives me a problem.
Yeah. And the biggest problem out of the whole situation is when we get decent players and they start playing well,
they disappear just as quick.
Exactly right. Teams then start to circle and friggin' we're left to friggin' find another one. I don't think that's going to happen just yet, though. I think he's got at least 2 years with us left on his contract. Off the top of my head, that's without me looking at it. But so he scored again. 2 weeks running, obviously not including the bye in between. But
how do you not play next week then?
Well,
how do you not?
Well, we'll get into that, obviously, into the Adelaide scenario. But as you said, obviously Merrick, it's a big headache.
Yeah, but a good headache.
Oh, absolutely! It's good to see
a headache that the Jets are not used to.
A headache that we didn't think was going to happen at the start of the season.
A headache that the Jets aren't used to.
Yeah, exactly right. So it's good to see, obviously, someone other than the marquee is firing, because obviously the marquee isn't overly firing.
And again, we generally don't have strikers that fire.
Our
goals over the past 2 seasons have come from all over the park. We really haven't had that focal point of a player.
Yeah.
Dimmy excluded, but Dimmy for other reasons.
Yeah.
That we can sort of just go, right, you're here to bang the goals, mate.
Yeah. So obviously, speaking of Dimmy, he banged in the second and the final nail in the coffin, obviously, of the 2-0 result, 86th minute.
Good to see a young striker like Thurgate not be selfish.
Assist by Thurgate. So, to be fair, I'd love to get his reaction on it, because I reckon at that age, a young kid that age, I reckon he would have been packing himself.
Yep.
Having two defenders in front of you and hitting the ball, easy, because there's no pressure.
Yeah.
If you miss, you miss. It doesn't matter. Like 1-on-1 with the keeper and stuff, and something that is going to seal victory. Mm-hmm. Mate, you'd be packing shit for sure, 100%.
Well, to be fair, looking at the way that Dimmy hit it, I think Dimmy may have been packing it as well before he hit it. You could tell he was a man that was running through his head. He's like, you can't miss this, you can't miss this, you can't miss this. Otherwise, you're going to look like the laughing stock. And he sort of hit it on with his left, and it sort of took a bit of a bobble. And I'm just like, oh no, please don't.
Yeah, it's it. You'd love a camera on them, sort of thing. Dimmy's just running there.
Heart rate monitor.
Yeah, it's it. Yeah, it's all right, mate. It's all right. I'm just here for support, mate. Don't. Oh shit! He's passed it to me. Christ!
Yeah.
What are you doing? You just hit the ball.
But no, very good to see a striker as young as Gussie Thurgate as well make that executive decision to go, no, I'm not going to be selfish. That is my better option. 9 out of 10 young players that we know, mate, would have turned around and just gone, oh no, I'm the best, and they'd had a crack at that themselves, and half of them would have scuffed it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Western Sydney, obviously, before we finish up, obviously, as we said, the result 2-0. The Western Sydney Wanderers, given to their credit,
They did play well.
They weren't without their chances.
Oh, no.
When Duke hit that ball,
Duke just seemed off all night.
wow. He admitted it in the post game. You know what I mean? Like he goes, they're like, oh, obviously it just wasn't your night, sort of thing. And he goes, I'm 100% to blame. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He goes, there should have been at least 4 goals, 4 easy goals.
Yeah, and we should have had 2 in the first half at least.
In his opinion,
Off his chance that he screwed.
Yeah.
But again, great goalkeeping by Lopar.
He was talking to himself, as in friggin', I missed 4 easy chances like that. I should have buried 4 goals. Again, take nothing away from obviously Western Sydney Wanderers. They look dangerous when they want to.
Yep.
But at the same time, they look terrible if they're not dangerous. That's the biggest. I think there's no medium. I think with Western Sydney at the moment.
Yeah.
When they go forward and they're on the attack and
they're either on or they're off.
Exactly. When they're off, they start losing games, which is where we've seen obviously since the game on the weekend. Babble's
in the news,
in dire straits of possibly losing his job. I don't see them getting rid of him. I think it's...
And it comes down to the same conundrum that England has at the moment. You get rid of him, who do you replace him with? Who do you replace him with?
Well, as you said, obviously Kevin Muscat's available, but I can't imagine...
Well, that was the name I heard linked.
I can't imagine Muscat going back to an A-League club.
Neither could I. And least of all a Sydney club.
As we were saying, someone like him, he needs to take this opportunity and go abroad.
Look, what he did say, he wanted his 6 to 12 months off, and then he'd assess his options if and when it was needed.
Yeah, correct. So,
I actually made mention to you that I think that Muskie would be better off, maybe going under the wing of Ange Postecoglou at Yokohama as an assistant coach to get some abroad experience.
Yep. Yeah. No.
That would probably be, in my mind, I would be doing that if I was in his position, then taking on another A-League position.
Wasn't a bad crowd there either. I think it was just under 10. I think it was about 9.5.
Yeah, it was just under 9.5.
Yeah, so good.
One of the bigger crowd figures of the weekend, actually.
Yeah. Obviously, a special mention, to Terrace Novacastro and obviously all the fans. That,
lads, the smoke looked fantastic.
How good did the smoke look?
It looks fucking fantastic.
As I've always said, and obviously all the boys who know me, football days look better with pyro.
Oh, yeah.
It just
Football's so much enjoyable with pyro. And the new Terrace Novacastro shirts that I spotted in the crowd as well.
Yes, absolutely. Along with the scarves.
Hook me up, Andy.
It's all happening. But yeah, obviously, big mention to obviously the guys who run Terrace Novacastro, and obviously all the crowd who got in the bay and obviously got amongst it. You can pretty much hear them all night. It's good to see. We've missed it.
Good to see, and it's great to hear.
Yeah, it's good to hear. Obviously, from us down in Melbourne.
Easily heard on the effects mics all night.
Absolutely,
all night. Didn't catch karaoke though.
Yeah. Wouldn't mind seeing what was on the playlist on the game night.
But the flags look good. The small banners and tifos that are at the front as well look really, really good as well. It's good to see. It's good to see.
It's a good start.
It's a good start to that active support that we've been missing for so long.
Up and up from here. You can't. That's the biggest key now. Obviously, it's you've started something. Now it needs to be consistent, and you need to. So everyone get in there. Obviously, we'll try our best to get up and get there as much as we possibly can as well. Obviously, all the away days in Melbourne, which are coming up, I'm hanging for it. Christmas holidays, mate.
Can't wait.
2 games, I think we get down here.
We always get the games in early January anyway.
Yeah, but I think they're like literally we play City.
They're like a week apart from each other.
We play City in Newcastle, and then 2 weeks later we play City in Melbourne, and then we have 1 week somewhere else, and then we're back in Melbourne again for the friggin' victory. So that'll be good. Obviously, so get your tickets on and friggin' come down for the away days. But no, it was good to see. It's good to see. Obviously, good to see Laurie and Joel, and obviously the Jets in general. Obviously, getting behind it and backing them and getting as much.
The players are 100% behind it too.
Oh yeah,
and that shows too.
Yeah, no, absolutely it shows. But yeah, good effort. Obviously, I'm not too sure if there's any scarves or anything like that still available, but if there is, I'm sure they'll be at the next home game. So get on that and go get them, or hit Vandy or one of the guys up, part of the group, or message the group. Is probably the best bet on Facebook, and they'll tell you if they've still got shirts and so forth available. But they look good, so get on to that. Quick note, obviously, game postponed tomorrow. Oh, sorry, I should say Saturday.
Today.
Yeah, today when this comes out. But the youth guys meant to be playing Central Coast down at Plum Park there on the coast. It's been postponed due to the fires and everything else. Obviously, from fellow Novocastrian, obviously I hope everyone stays safe up there. It's pretty crazy. From what the photos of mates and family and friends and all that have been sending
all
through
over
to
Facebook.
me. And I've had mates be evacuated and what forth, and it's pretty full on. Hopefully everyone stays safe. And
you guys aren't alone. We get them on a yearly basis too, to that level. I've been evacuated twice.
Yeah, that's it. But whatever. We're hoping this year we don't get any shit like that. This has been going on for way too long.
Yeah, well, apparently it was snowing at Mount Buller the other day.
Snowing down here
in summer. Yeah.
I hope everyone stays safe for that. Big ups to obviously the fireys and obviously the Canadians who have come out to give us a hand.
I seen that article yesterday.
All the friggin' volunteer and everyone else who obviously puts in and
all just the standard residents who are just doing their little bits, like leaving water bottles out for fireys and things that I've seen, and
animals and everything.
food outside and everything for them. Just if they're walking past, just for them to grab it and things like that, and putting them up and things like that. That's.
But for Christ's sake, guys, if it's too close, get out.
Get out.
Leave everything and go. Things can be replaced.
Things can be replaced. People can't.
Absolutely. So big ups to everyone else up there, and hope everyone stays safe and it pisses off soon, and friggin' we can get back to normal without anyone having to stress and worry about family and friends and are they safe and whatever. So that game's been postponed, obviously, for those sort of reasons. That'll be rescheduled, obviously, at a point. So just stick to the Jets' Facebook pages and so forth, or Laurie's Facebook. He'll tell you.
They'll let us know.
Someone will let us know. Other news: we've obviously got the girls playing today, Saturday as well, over in Perth. I believe it's like a 10:05 kickoff.
10 o'clock in the morning?
No, at night over here.
Time difference.
So 10:15, friggin' by that time, if you're having a boring, lazy night.
7:15 for them.
Pardon me, boring Saturday night. Jump into bed with your cup of tea and your biscuit and friggin' watch the footy. All the rages for the rages out there, friggin' whack it on the TV and crack the tunes, whatever. So good luck to the girls. Obviously, we're definitely due a win, for God's sake.
Yeah.
It's it was always going to be a hard season.
We knew that when Martin Lee said, we're starting to tighten the purse strings a bit, and we weren't, retaining our internationals, and it was quite well publicised that we were going to go all Australian this season with the women.
Yeah.
And then the ones on top contracts, your marquee contract being Van Egmond, sort of letting that go. Crummer out for the rest of the season. It's going to be. I'm hopeful, but lads, let's be realistic.
Yeah.
Get behind them 150%.
Absolutely, it's good to see. Obviously, they've got the supporter base now. Obviously, everyone's getting behind it there, and they've got banners and tifos and so forth there.
And so they should.
No, absolutely. It's great to watch women's football.
They're no different to the men.
Absolutely, they hit friggin' 10 times harder than the men. We'll give them that. just from watching games, but
some of the goal highlights are fantastic too.
Yeah. Just before we obviously touch off, as we were talking about, congratulations, Terrace, Novocastrian and so forth. Be sure to jump onto their Facebook page and check out. Obviously, they've got photos, and I think they had the GoPro out sitting on the ground in front of the bay, in front of Bay 1 there on the weekend, obviously as well. So jump on there, obviously give their photos a like and share them around. And
Facebook.com/Terrace Novocastria.
That's where you'll find them. Some great photos, and obviously all the boys will post whatever they're doing for game days and so forth.
It's now up to 1,164 likes.
Pretty good for something that's been 3 weeks.
3 weeks, less than a month.
Yeah, less than a month. It's good to see. Obviously, we found it with another article on Reddit. I think it was the other day, wasn't it?
Yeah, they were trending. Terrace Novacastria was trending on Reddit again the other day. I sent Josh a screenshot of it.
Yeah. So, no, it's good to see. I think I'm going to get into the boys' ears and so forth, and I'm going to really hammer them about a tour of duty. A League season is not without a tour of duty. You need a tour of duty. You need to try and get to one away game where you get as many fans there as you can, so it's virtually a home match. So I'm going to jump on there and have a good look at getting what was I going to say? Getting into them, obviously, and finding out what they're thinking about that. I think Ben and I are possibly looking at doing Adelaide in March. For anyone else, obviously, who's thinking about it. But yeah, we'll get onto them obviously and see what they're doing. But yeah, as we said, jump onto their Facebook page. They've got sections there with some of the chants and so forth that we sing each week, and as I said, photos.
This is their blog spot. So it's terracenovacastria.home.blog. We will be posting these links in the description of the YouTube video for you guys to go off and have a look at them.
Yeah, so that'll be down below. So yeah, jump on that obviously. So yeah, thanks to those guys. So we will jump into the final segment. Unfortunately, this week I was a bit slack. I've been under the pump at work and so forth, and I totally forgot to send Laurie 2 questions. He's probably sitting there. You
might not have sent Laurie any questions, but has he still sent you 2 answers for something?
Well, no, yes and no.
Maybe he forgot because of the bye. I don't know.
He's probably sitting back going, "Thank Christ, he hasn't messaged me this week." Why did I open my mouth saying yes?
Yeah, he's probably sitting there going, "What sort of rubbish are they going to ask me this week?"
Yeah. That's it. They asked for 3 minutes of me time. 3 lines of friggin' text messaging a week, and he's probably had a gutful by now. Sorry, mate. We'll give you a rest this week.
That's all right. We'll make sure he answers 4 questions next week.
Absolutely. Why not? So obviously we're going into what are we in now? Week 9, aren't we? Week 9.
Yeah, should be around 9.
Can't keep up with these bloody buys. 2 buys already.
Oh, it's so annoying.
It's just the worst thing is it's so hard to juggle. Like you look at a ladder and you just want to be able to go. There it is.
Yeah.
Everyone's played the same amount of points, or depending on what day you've looked at the draw. You know, like you're 1 behind, but you know that. Oh yeah, they
but for
play
us
tomorrow.
now, we're technically 2 behind.
Oh, far. We're
technically 2 behind, which is good because that's 6 points that we can still gain.
Yeah, so obviously we're sitting currently in 8th spot at the moment on 8 points. Yeah, 8 points. With Perth Glory's win, they jump us. That's how quick it was.
This might be. I don't know if this is as live or not. Oh no! Oh, hang on. Yeah, it is live because Perth are now in the 6th. Yeah, that's correct.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, what I was going to say. Yeah. So obviously, Perth are sitting last and now jumped us. Obviously from we'll say, 4th spot.
It's anyone's game still.
Yeah. 7 points to the Central Coast and Wellington sitting on the bottom. To obviously Western Sydney Wanderers and Western United on 10 points, sitting in 4th and 5th. So it's still very close. It's good to see. It's good to see people, see teams, winning and losing and making it interesting. Probably not so much for the fans because it gets frustrating when you're losing games. No one likes that. But as a neutral, obviously it's good to see. Western Sydney Wanderers, obviously the way they're travelling at the moment, 3 losses and a win, but still sitting in 4th.
Yeah. Because they got their early ones.
This obviously they got the bye. They had the bye, so as I said, the bye is as much of a pain in the arse it's going to be. It's going to make things interesting when it comes down to the later end of the season. Not so much for us because obviously we've knocked 2 out already. So by the time it gets to the latter end of the season, we've already played our 3 byes, so we know that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
We can't make up any games as well. So that some of the teams that haven't had that opportunity yet, like. I think Perth,
Western,
and Western United have only had the 1 bye so far.
City are due another 2.
Yeah, City are due another one as well. So these guys have played 8 games compared to obviously others who have played 6 and whatever. So yeah, it's anyone's game. And when it gets to that latter end of the season, the teams that have got those byes like we have, in the 2 in the first 7 rounds.
It's also the stronger A League sides as well that are sitting down near us that haven't hit their straps yet.
Yeah.
Like your Melbourne Victories.
Yeah. Yep.
And again, until tonight, Perth Glory.
Perth Glory, yeah.
You made mention to me last week, Perth, look at this, Perth are at the bottom of the ladder, and my response to you was something along the lines of, they're not going to stay there long.
They look good tonight. They look really good.
They were on fire tonight.
They looked
They were
like
up
the
for
side from last season.
They were up for it.
Oh, yeah.
And their kit looked fantastic.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. The black with the orange.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah. I don't dislike it, but I don't love it.
I'm not a fan of their sponsor.
pretty
I'm not
much-
a fan of their sponsor, but I'm not going to go too far into that because we still don't have
I
one.
was just about to say, at least they got one. Look, I'm not going to go into too much about the shirt scenario because, as far as I'm concerned, the last few years of shirts, I haven't been too impressed with a lot of ours. I'm impressed with the quality. The quality's not bad. The quality's pretty good. You get usually the one shirt that's not too bad. You know what I mean? I just haven't been. That's amazing. I need it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just more of like the white shirt. I like the white shirt and I'll get it, but it's not. I need it now.
Yeah, and I'm the same.
I want it now.
I probably won't get this year's home kit because I've got the ACL one from last year that actually has a sponsorship on it, and it's the exact same fucking shirt.
What do you mean?
Well, my ACL one from last year is the exact same as what we're using this year, except it has Newcastle in white print across the front of it.
I was going to say the white shirt's got sponsors.
The white shirt this year is different, and we never got the ACL white shirt last year.
Yeah, so they use
it now for the away shirt this year. And that's what I'm saying. I won't get the home one because I've basically already got it with Newcastle across the front of it from the ACL last year.
Yeah.
I will buy the away kit because they never brought it out last year.
It looks atrocious. It just looks so bad.
It looks
bad.
It looks cheap.
It's like
it makes it look cheap.
But even this major the major sponsor aside, the shirt just looks terrible. I'm sorry, I was not a fan of it.
I'm not the greatest fan of it.
It's like it reminds me of the Knights.
I preferred the Leadman plain blue.
It reminds it reminds me of the Knights. It really does, because that's what they wear, the whole friggin' stripes, red and blue, and it just shits me out the wall. And I hate the Knights, but anyway, that's just me. But we will obviously talk about Adelaide United and Newcastle Jets because we're getting to the latter end of the episode. 6 p.m. Sunday afternoon down at Cooper's Stadium, and only because I haven't been to the new stadium in Western Sydney, I feel the best stadium to watch football at. So,
correct.
That may change when I get down and obviously have a look at friggin' the new stadium there in Sydney, but
Bankwest.
But until that happens, Adelaide for me is probably the best stadium I've ever watched.
Yeah, I quite enjoy Cooper's. Wouldn't want to go there when it's pissing rain though.
Depends on how many beers you had, I suppose.
Well, yeah.
and the result.
And how many Hawaiian shirts you're wearing.
Oh, mate, don't even get me. Oh, mate.
We're gonna
honestly,
do it.
Guys, have you seen the Hawaiian Jet shirts?
Shirt. They're all over Facebook.
Oh my god. I'm telling you now, we picked the tour of duty and everyone wears that shirt.
I will.
Oh, mate, I'll be all over that.
I'll get me a little sombrero hat too.
Oh, shit, yeah, get the corks out, mate.
Get the corks on them, yeah. I can go fancy dress.
Oh, shit, yeah. That.
Aside from that, you'd never catch me dead in a Hawaiian shirt.
Oh, no, I've got to be making a dick of myself to wear shit like
That's
that.
right. I've got to have plenty of alcohol in me that I don't care.
Plenty of alcohol, friggin' you can stand up, or plenty of alcohol, Cluffy's 30th 3 weeks ago.
You mean Brownie's 30th?
Sorry, Brownie's 30th, yeah.
Yeah, let's not get into that.
Yeah, okay. That was
I made it to Newcastle. Don't know how I made it out of Newcastle.
don't remember much being there. But
no, I remember being there.
For
one day.
What an event! Well, let's quickly dissect into it. We played them 3-4 weeks ago. They were fresh off a win in the FFA Cup. They personally, for me, came and played us underdone. They didn't have the squad that they probably would have liked to play.
Agreed.
And they ended up getting the 3 points on us. Do we have the squad? Again, it's pretty much the same squad, but do we have the squad mentality and obviously the structure and everything else? Is it there? Is the 4-week turnaround from when we played last time, is it there to get 3 points in Adelaide this time?
My opinion? Brutal opinion? No.
Fair enough.
No.
Right.
We have tinkered with set formations.
Mm-hmm.
We have tinkered with link up and build up play.
Yep.
What's working for us is working for us now.
Yeah.
The problem is Adelaide are flying high. Now, you made mention to me at the start of the season, we were both in the realms of we don't know how Adelaide are going to go because they don't have a recognised goal scorer. They're a bit like us and the way we were 2 years ago, where they're not worried about that. They're still bagging goals and they're coming from everywhere across the park.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of taste of our own medicine, sort of. You know?
I had my worries. I seriously did. I thought they were. I wouldn't say done. I couldn't imagine them finishing last.
No.
But I seriously thought they were done. I thought this year it's just not going to happen for them.
In saying that, we still have a long way to go.
Oh, absolutely. It's as I said, 12 points.
And once injuries and the accumulation of cards start to hit teams, it might change things.
Yeah. At the end of the
day,
day,
Adelaide won't be able to continue like this for the entire season. We couldn't.
No. At the end of the day, we play them we play them this weekend. We win, and then they get beat the following week. We'll jump them on points.
Yeah. Again, it's,
so then
it's so tight.
We go from 10th or whatever it is, or 8th to probably not 3rd because obviously other teams will win as well. But we'll jump them.
Yeah, we'll be up.
You know what I mean? And then they'll be frigging on the downslide. So it's that quick, and that's the biggest thing why we were when we were talking about Babel on the chopping block. I can't see it. They're sitting 4th. Yes, they're 3 points off bottom, but at the same time, they're probably 2 wins away from sitting 2nd.
Yeah, and at the same point, they've got Western Sydney have got a strong squad too.
And at the end of the day, like if they sack him, honestly, that would amaze me. That would amaze me that we have
hands down stupid decision.
We have stooped someone like the Premier League where they play, some teams nearly 100 games a season. Friggin', that minute's probably a bit steep.
Your best
65 games.
Your best sort of way to describe that is we're not the Serie A, where we give somebody 10. We give a bloke 10 games to see how they go and then instantly chop their head off.
But it's not even like that. It's the biggest thing is you can't compare. We are like nothing to them. You know what I mean? We are our own competition. The competition, we only have 11 teams at the moment. If 11 teams are all on that par basis like we are at the moment, anyone can win.
Yeah. 1
week you could be high flying and sitting in 3rd spot. The next week you get flogged and frigging you down the dwellers. And this is why I'm saying I can't see why they would even consider dropping him.
Yeah.
Because, yes, okay, they're sitting 4th at the moment. They win 2 games, they're up the top. Friggin' okay, they lose 2 games, they're going to be down the shit.
Yeah, but at the same point, it's still too
much
of a risk.
This is not Europe. You only need to make the top 6.
Yeah.
Once you make that top 6, it's anyone's game.
Yeah. But at the same point as well, it's a stupid move for the exact same reasons that I said before. You could go with a very European way about it, or the way that they deal with it at the moment. Yeah, sure, sack him, fine, whatever. But you've got to ask the next question. Who the fuck are you going to replace him with? Yeah. And in a league like the A League, where you are bound by a salary cap, and more crucially, what Australian players you have lying around, no manager in the world is going to come to a team like that and be able to turn it around in 5 games.
Yeah.
They'd need at least a season, or they'd have to play at the end of the season, which is what, we're only 7 games into for the Western Sydney Wanderers?
Yeah, but the biggest problem
is... And then he's going to have to ride out
on.
with what he's got.
Hang on, we're 7 weeks into the season, but friggin' in 3 weeks, give or take, we're virtually halfway through the year. You know what I mean? Like, this is, again, it's not the Premier League. Premier League, they're in round 14. They've still got friggin' 20 games to go.
Yeah, then they're
you know what I mean? They've still got a full A League season, give or take.
Yeah.
Left.
Yeah.
The A League's...
But again, they've also got a January transfer window in Europe that they can buy and bring in whoever the hell that they want without so much restriction. Whereas us, if they do replace Babel with somebody else, he's got to ride out till probably the end of the season with what he's got, and then he still only has a very small pool to choose from because he's still limited by the amount of Australian players that are lying around.
That's it. You don't see many people.
It's not going to happen overnight. You're better off just banking with Babel until the end of the season and write it off, depending on where you finish.
That's it. No one, and that's the biggest thing, no one releases players. It's not the Premier League where you just go, he's shit, we're going to get rid of him anyway. Yeah, it's going to cost us, we'll have to pay him out for another 2 seasons because we signed him on a 3-year deal, but stuff it, we'll get rid of him. They're not going to do that. They sign you for 3 years. They're going to hold on to you for pretty well 3 years.
Well, yeah, the way that contracts are moving in the A League as of basically start of last season, that's sort of how it's turning out. Back in the day, it was I want to go here. Well, we want to keep you. Well, you can't stop me. It was right, mutual consent now, but we don't want to lose you. I don't care, mutual consent now.
Yeah, but there's no different to what's his name who friggin' signed for the Coast and then pissed off to Brisbane 3 weeks after signing for the Coast. It was a mutual contract and he lost money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the Central Coast weren't going to give him up for nothing. He goes, hang on, we just signed you for 3 weeks. We understand that you want to go for whatever reasons, personal, family reasons, whatever. But at the same time, we're not going to lose out.
That's right.
We're not losing money. Like as I said, we're not in Europe.
Yeah.
We don't have money to friggin' turf around. So you can go, but your contract is done.
But
You're not getting any money.
The power prior to last season was in the hands of more so the player.
Yeah.
To turn around and go, right, I want to go here because they're winning trophies. Well, we don't want to let you go. You've still got a year on your contract here. I don't care. Mutual consent it.
Yeah.
Mutual consent it. Oh, there must have been a threat to the media or something. But mutual consent it. I want to go.
But
and that's sort of how it happened.
But it's sort of the same way as it didn't, though. Because
nowadays it's different.
I guarantee you, Fornaroli last year wanted to friggin' leave after he bloody got 2 weeks of sitting on the bench after he'd come back from fitness. But he didn't. They sat him there and they said, stuff you, you're going to sit here and you're going to rot and you're going to do nothing because we're not going to play you.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't always happen that way. It doesn't always,
No.
So,
and that's not recently. Yeah. It doesn't happen like that anymore because the FFA sort of got wise on that. And they've stopped it. And then there's that whole debate of A-League clubs generally only sign, shorter contracts. And that's been in the media for 18 months now, trying to tie down A-League players to longer contracts. So there's chewing and throwing going on both sides of that argument.
Yep. So, anyway, we've gone well and truly off track. But we will finish up with the Adelaide fixture. So, news has come out. Obviously, Arroyo's done hammy.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be out for about 3 to 4 weeks, depending on what happens and if he doesn't do any more damage. Big news obviously, is Shepherd has come back from fitness. He's been named in the run-on squad. He definitely will not play, I don't think.
I was about to say, he might be in the run-on squad, but is he 100% fit?
No way. If Arroyo,
so we're struggling for numbers again.
If Arroyo was fit and he was playing, Shepherd would not have even been on the team sheet.
Yeah.
It's that simple. There's no way. Laurie was saying to me a couple of weeks ago in one of the messages which I said on the pod that he should be right to go by the end of the year.
Yeah.
So he's still 3 to 4 weeks away himself.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine him getting minutes unless we're
desperate.
We're the game's over and we can't win or we're winning. And we've pretty well won the game, and he throws him on for 5-10 minutes just to get the legs ticking over. Virtually with strict instructions going out there. Don't do anything stupid. Don't go in and make a tackle. If anyone's coming anywhere near, look like they're going to tackle, kick shit out of the ball. I don't want just no. That's it. If you virtually, I don't care where it goes as long as
you're best not to risk him.
Absolutely, that's pretty much what it'll be. They've named him in the squad for.
It's easy. Play him wide. Play him wide. Keep him out of the way.
Just put him in front.
Like they do to Redenton, but for opposite reasons.
Just put him in front of the goat and friggin' just go to home.
He can just grab the tail of the goat and be dragged around the pitch.
Dingle the carrot in front of the goat and just
ride the goat's back.
Hold on to it, mate. Where we go. So obviously it's good to see him back. It's good to see. Obviously, he's worked his way back to some fitness.
He just needs that mental edge now.
The biggest problem with it is, as I said, Laurie's come out and stated that obviously he didn't think he was going to be back until probably the end of the season, which means now that he's back, He's definitely not fit, which means I would not play him at all.
Yeah.
Personally, that's my opinion.
I wouldn't play him at all. He's just there to fill the bench.
Yeah, absolutely. What was the other thing I was going to say is...
Solves Ernie's prior headache.
That's exactly... Thank you for that. That's exactly where I was going to it. I was going to say, now with Arroyo out, and obviously Gus firing, and obviously, I'm sure, as you said...
You'd have to.
The headache...
You'd have to.
The headache where, he's internationals, do we play him and so forth, or do we keep... and that's the biggest thing. It's still probably a... what do we do? You know what I mean? Because... Do we play... Because he does so well off the bench.
Yeah.
Is that a trait? Is that something where it's these guys are knackered, they're done, let's bring this young bloke on and just friggin' run rings and friggin' that may be the thing. He may get on and play like shit. Well, not playing like shit, but
But again, it's a risk you've got to take.
That's the thing. Everything is a risk.
It's a risk you've got to take, though.
That's the biggest thing. It's a massive risk, and the biggest problem is if it doesn't work, and let's say he doesn't score a goal and he doesn't play fantastically, and he gives cheap shit away because he plays.
Which is unlike Sergate anyway.
It happens. I've seen plenty of superstars. I've seen superstars do stupid things.
Yeah. It happens.
And a kid at his age makes mistakes that quick.
Yeah. Again,
it's that quick.
Again, going on prior form as well, and from what we know and have seen of Gus prior, he has started games before.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So there's that level. Again, I think it's just you go to. If I were Ernie, I'd go to him early and go, right, you're leading the line this week, Sunshine. I just want you to know that the 10 boys behind you, the 5 on the bench, myself, the rest of the club, and every single fan and supporter out there is 100% behind you, lad. He needs that.
Yeah,
everyone is behind you, sort of thing.
He knows that.
Yeah, I know, but it's still...
He scored and ran straight to the friggin' fans.
You can know it. Yeah, you can know it, but sometimes it just also needs to be verbalised.
So, look, at the end of the day, friggin' whatever. He starts, he doesn't.
He should be.
He should start because we've got no one else really.
Well, yeah.
The biggest problem with that is who then comes on. I can't honestly. I'll be very surprised if he was the last 90 minutes.
I don't think he'd be playing 90 minutes.
But that's the thing. Who comes on?
Well, you'd end up making a formation change.
You'd have to. Look, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Obviously. We've also got...
Well, put it this way. I wouldn't play Hoffy out up top to start for the simple fact that he signed a contract this week. And we all know what happens to a Jets player when they sign a contract. It's the curse of the contract, mate.
He's not a player, though. He's a goat.
I know he's the goat, but still.
Difference. He doesn't think like a player. He thinks like a goat.
We don't know whether Coopers have started to kill the pitch off.
I'll get on to Robbie.
Goats don't like dead grass.
Get on to Robbie.
Goats don't like dead grass.
You can't mow the grass until Monday.
Hoffy's going to do half of it for you.
Save the groundsman. Tell him to sit down and watch the game. He doesn't need to work out.
He'll get more grass in that now that he's missing a quarter of his tooth.
Oh yeah, the poor bludger. But yeah, look, it's going to be an interesting game. Obviously, I think we'll get away with a victory. Is my tip. I think we'll win 1-0.
Okay.
I think the way our backline at the moment is performing, and Mossy again on fire this week with, in my opinion, man of the match performance for against Western Sydney.
Agreed.
I think our backline is solid. I think it's going well. All the haters out there who friggin' bagged shit out of Jackson last year and everything else and shit like that.
We did too.
We're
reading our words.
No, I'm just saying in general. Look at him now. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, he's doing an excellent job.
Yes, but Merrick was playing him out of position last season too at left back.
I don't know. See, for me, that's bullshit. You're a professional athlete. Coach tells you to play on friggin' right wing, and you've played fullback your whole life. You play right wing, and you friggin' play.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying.
That's the biggest crock of shit.
I'm not saying don't whinge about it.
No,
I'm saying is What I'm saying is that, okay, yeah, he is at a certain level, but you move him into a position that he's unfamiliar with. He's not. You can't expect the player to play at that peak level in an unfamiliar position.
So I think
Tactics play a big game in things.
I think you can because a coach, unless obviously you're left with no alternative, like major injuries and injuries. You can't tell me that Ernie Merrick has virtually gone to Lockie Jackson. I know you're a centre fullback, but we're going to play you out wide this week with no training, no play, no.
Oh no, he was training.
I guarantee you, he would have been training last season because in that role,
he was
well and truly before the season even started. So yes, it's not game
ideal,
game worthy, but at the same time, I'm sorry, you're a professional athlete. No coach in their right mind, in my opinion, would pick a player if they, and they go to you. It's like a coach going to you and just going, "Where do you play?" And you going right back and right back only. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go to the other bloke and go, "Where do you play, mate?" Look, mate, I'll pretty much play wherever you want me to play, but my preference is right back.
Yeah,
I'm taking that bloke over the bloke who told me that he plays right back and right back only.
Yeah,
end of the story. So. It's one of those things. I don't think it was you can blame the position. I think it was just him mentally. I don't think he was ready. I don't think he was.
No, and to be fair to him, he was getting better the longer he spent in that position too. You could see the improvement week on week.
Absolutely, it's like sitting there saying with Johnny Kane.
He's adapted a lot better to it.
Carrying on like at the start of the season, everyone going at the start of the season, us included. He's friggin' woeful there. He's terrible there.
He's getting better though, a lot better, and he's striding a lot better in that position and quicker than what Jackson did.
I think that's because of the people around him. I think that's the biggest thing that's helping him.
That's the other side of the coin too.
The biggest thing that's helping him is the players that he's got around him. Topper, not even Topper. I think Miller is the massive key in the back line at the moment.
Yeah.
Probably not so much, the skill level and the work rate and stuff like that. Look, don't get me wrong, he definitely does the work rate and everything else. But it's that fresh player in the back line or whatever that wasn't there last season that's going...
We're not predictable.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's all good for someone like Topper Stanley to come over to you and go, mate, it's all right, head up, champ, la la la, and you go... Yeah, well, easy for you to say. You've played friggin' 300 odd games or just nearabouts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is where someone like a Miller says that, come on, mate, chin up, let's go. We go again, sort of thing. Someone who's probably played 50 games, you go, well, stuff it. Let's go. Let's get into it. You know what I mean? Like, it's sometimes that bloke who hasn't played that many games, but obviously feels, I wouldn't say he's so much like a leader, but is willing to take on.
It's one of those, I know the position that you've been in.
Yes, somewhat. Yeah, I mean, that's it. You know what I mean? Like, and yeah, not position as in on the field. Just, mate, I've been there. I've been in the youth system. I've been, you know what I mean, that bloke where friggin' everyone doubted me or I played a shit game and I was the worst prick in the world and friggin' no one wanted to talk to me. And
that was Miller at the Coast.
Yeah, it's been a lot of the Jets.
He came in.
Lockie Jackson last year. Yeah. It was friggin'... What's his name the year before? Hoffy's had his fair criticism. I've seen it for firsthand.
Yeah, we all saw it for years.
You know what I mean? Everyone bagged shit out of him and freaking was useless. He's freaking tipped on a ball. You still see it now. You know what I mean? He's not there to score goals.
No.
If he scores goals, happy days. But Christ, he's, you know what I mean? Like, it's not his job.
He's not there to score goals. He's there to mow the grass.
It's not, absolutely. Cheaper to buy a goat than a player. That's why I signed a new 2-year deal. Cheaper to sign goats than players.
But smart. We're not going to let somebody like a Hoffman disappear. Why? Because we signed him on a loyalty contract, which are a hell of a lot cheaper than a real A League player contract.
So it's not even a
we get a concession for that. This is why players like Hoffy and your original Novocastrians like that. I think Boogs is coming up for that loyalty bonus now too as well. Kandarovski's definitely another one.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they've been at the club 10 years. Yeah. They get that concession on them now. And why wouldn't you retain them? Yeah. Even to sit them on the bench in a year and a half time because they're getting on.
Yeah.
They're there. They're of decent quality still. They can still provide. They can still do their job, and they're being paid less than any other A League player.
Yeah, and they're happy being there. And that's
that's the key.
I think that's not even so much. I think that's probably it's what some people sit there and go, how's the club and how's the club going? And what's the club doing? If a bloke
we're the
like
only
Coffee,
club that does it.
oh no, there'd be plenty out there. There's plenty of players there that are definitely sort of in that.
The only other two that I could probably think of is probably Ryan Grant at Sydney and fucking Brandon O'Neill.
Yeah.
You know me, another player that's been at their club for 10 years.
Oh, even Ryan Green hasn't been there for 10 years, but he's been there a long time. But it's not so much even 10 years. It's for even players that just sort of get bailed out. Matt Ryan was on the scrap heap. I'm sorry, he was friggin' just about done.
Yeah. No, I agree.
No, sorry, not Matt Ryan. Reddy. Sorry, Liam Reddy.
Liam Reddy. Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
That's Matt Ryan. Liam Reddy was where I was going with. And now he's he would have that at Perth.
He's a functioning cog in that Perth side.
He's 38 or something now, and they could have easily gone and found another youngster or something to, to probably take his spot and shit like that. But they're sticking with him. Why? Because he costs nothing.
Yeah.
He would literally cost them pittance. And that's one of the main reasons why probably they've got Fornaroli and shit like that, because he probably took another pay cut.
Yeah.
Blokes like that would do that. Well, shit, I'll take a pay cut if we're going to get someone like Fornaroli and you have an even better chance of winning the title. Well, you're going to do it.
Yeah.
He's not there for the money. Same as Kandarowski. Same as, there's definitely players.
They're there because they're close to home.
Yeah, that as well. That's it. It all comes down to, loyalty and wanting to go home and things like that. But yeah, look, Moss. But as I was saying before we got off the topic, there was, someone like Moss signing for 2 years, which would be virtually pittance. Obviously, well and truly enough for him to freaking survive and live off. But probably definitely took a cut. If he's willing to take the cut and stick around, it shows the loyalty and shows that the club is going the right way.
Yeah, but
it shows that there's no tension. It's not 5 years ago when friggin' Joel Griffiths and friggin' Nathan Tinkler and Christ knows what friggin' had a massive tiff and half the team left.
Yeah,
and just walked out on the club. You know what I mean? Yes, they walked out on the club, but at the same time, friggin' they done it because they couldn't handle the shit.
Yeah,
and it wasn't their job to handle. It wasn't their job to handle the
To
crap.
be fair as well, they weren't getting paid.
Exactly. So, and that shows it right there.
As much as you love being at home, mate, we both work fucking full-time jobs, mate.
Right.
We've got kids and families you got to support. You got a mortgage. These players, they have all that real world shit too that they've got to pay for.
Yeah. No,
if you're not getting paid.
Yeah. No, absolutely, and that's it. You know what I mean? Like, I think honestly, that signing shows that Hoffy's got faith in the club.
Mm-hmm.
And if Hoffy's got faith in the club must be in good straits because they're going to tell him more so how the club's running than a fan. You know what I mean? They're going to friggin' put a band-aid on it, sort of thing. If things are going sort of not crash shot, and we go to them, how's everything travelling? Oh yeah, mate, we're doing great. We'll get there. La la la. Things are a little bit slow, but we'll be right when things aren't right. You know what I mean? Like when a player signs and that they've virtually taken a cut. They've had to have possibly taken a cut. You go, no, it's all right. We're doing all right. They see a lot more than what we do, and they get told a lot more than what we do. So
it's going because you've sort of
Jimmy's another one
onto the realm of contract. They might be very scarce this season as well.
Oh yeah.
Depending on what Martin Lee's financial situation is, we may not have the room.
Yeah.
To even offer a basic A League contract. So you dare say that a lot of players either A, will not be getting renewed contracts, or B, will be taking hefty cuts in their contracts.
Yeah.
Until such point that, or if anything, if they're going to take cuts like that, maybe will be retained on shorter length contracts.
So,
but yeah, that's a conundrum we can talk about once we know what's happening.
Absolutely. So anyway, we've gone way off track. That's what I love about football, because you can just passionate.
It's all content, ladies and gents. It's all content.
It's all content.
It's all interesting.
Absolutely.
It sparks conversation.
So we are definitely going to wrap it up there. I didn't really go into Team of the Week this week, but congratulations to Moss. Obviously, it was
Lockie
Lockie
Jackson
and
and
Dimmy, who did make the squad.
And Georgescu for not making it.
I think Thurgate's a matter of time. I think if he scores this week, I think
He's there.
he's probably going to get a chance, especially now that he will most likely start.
Yeah.
I think that's the big thing. You come on with 15, 20 minutes to go and score a goal and a winner. It doesn't really, really sort of give a shit. But he scores this week. I'm going to put it out there. I reckon he'll freaking make team of the week. But before we do go, again, guys, hope you guys enjoy the intro music. Save the Humans. Be sure to go check out their stuff. It is very catchy, isn't it?
Oh, it is.
Yeah. It's a little catchy. Every time I see Ben on it, he's humming away at it. Loves it.
Yeah,
it's a cracking tune.
It's stuck in my head.
It is. So as I said, guys, go check their stuff out. They do have T-shirts out at the moment and stickers. So be sure to jump on there and they'll send you get the details. Obviously, how to get your hands on that. They are playing again, as I said, at the Station Hotel on the 11th of January. So be sure to jump down there and get on the beers and so forth and have a listen to them. But yeah, other than that, thanks again for joining us, mate.
Always a pleasure, mate.
Absolutely. And the last thing before I do go, I have got time available. As I said, the wife's gone away for the weekend. When this comes out on the Saturday, I know it's going to be hard, and I will probably put something on Facebook. I'm thinking of doing another podcast Saturday afternoon. Not so much Jets topic and Jets related. I'm thinking of doing an A League one. An A League / Australian podcast. Obviously, we've just signed. We've got the new CEO, obviously, of the
the FFA.
FFA and so forth. It's just come out. Obviously, there's bit of crap we can obviously talk about.
A League in general.
Just football, sort of in general. We can go anywhere with it. At the same time, as I said, we've been sitting here for about an hour, rambling on about shit we probably shouldn't have per se on a Jets channel. But I've got a bit of time. So anyone who is free and available, feel free to jump on with us. Anyone who's got a sort of a football knowledge brain, we'd love to hear it and talk whatever football you want. Silver, even sackings of the Premier League. That's a hot topic at the moment. How good was it watching Silver leave this morning for Everton?
Oh, yeah, it's musical chairs in the EPL at the moment.
That's it. Everyone's got a chair until they take them away.
Fair to say my prediction on who was going first didn't come to fruition, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So,
but anyway, right last year.
That's for another podcast. But yeah, thanks again, guys, for watching. As we said, be sure to like, share, and obviously subscribe to the channel. It's muchly appreciated.
Give the video a like. Give us topics to talk to Laurie about, and we'll actually talk to him this time. That's
the big one. Yeah, as I said, any questions you've got for him, any questions you've got for us. As I said, you want to be on the show. I am in the middle of teeing up a special interview with a former Jets player that will be out hopefully. We'll try and get it done before Christmas. If not, it'll be definitely early in the new year, as he's a very, very busy man at the moment. But yeah, we'll talk more about that later. But yeah, as I said, guys, muchly appreciated. Come on the Jets this week. I'm going to go as I said, 1-0 victory. You reckon they're going to get beat?
No,
it's all right. You already paid the tip. No, don't try it now.
1-1 draw. 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw. Fair enough. Too easy, guys. Muchly appreciated. Stay safe, everyone up in the Hunter and the Newcastle region. And we'll catch you next time. As always,
we hate Coast Scum.